Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm your host, Brett Chapin, and we're talking with Dr. Sam Alibrando. If you have any questions for Dr. Sam, give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. And he's just written a book, Follow the Yellow Brick Road. How to change for the better when life gives you its worst. Again, thank you for joining us, Dr. Sam.
Again, my pleasure.
So you were talking a little bit, we were touching on the model for the book and the whole comparison of the Wizard of Oz thing. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, the thing that's fascinating about it is because those three elements really kind of nail us. I really believe they are the three dimensions of the interpersonal world. Mm-hmm. And the way I use it is that most of us get out of balance. There was a CEO that I worked with in a company who was brilliant, but he would get involved with everyone in a very inappropriate way where he didn't have very good boundaries, and he had to get his fingers into everything. And then other times he would just blow up and become a raging maniac. Mm-hmm. And the way the model works is I helped him understand that what he was doing was he was getting out of balance. He was moving toward Tin Man too much, and then he was moving against Lion too much. I said, what was missing? For him, it was Scarecrow. So what I did was I helped him learn how to step back more, and for example, he would be in meetings with his partners, and he was talking all the time and drove his partners crazy. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to every meeting, and every time you want to talk, you have to put a little notch in the scratch paper, and you can't talk until you do the fifth one. It drove him crazy. But what happened was he started listening. Mm-hmm. When he was forced to do more Scarecrow and move away, he started doing better Tin Man, and then they would ask, finally they started asking for his opinion, and he would tell them, and this time they actually heard him. So it threw him back into balance. And for all of us, we get out of balance for different reasons. And a lot I do in my work in both consulting and with clients clinically is to help people find that way to get back into balance, and it's really a wonderful thing to see.
I can imagine it would be. It's so funny. I love that line. It's a strange reference, but I love that line in Fight Club where he's going to these different meetings for different disabilities, and he says in the meetings, people are really listening to you instead of just waiting for their turn to talk.
Exactly.
You know, when they think there's something wrong with you, people really, really listen. And I wish this world was more like that. You know, I find myself doing it all the time, is just kind of waiting for my turn to talk. And you know, people need to learn to listen. So with help from you, I'm sure that people are able to do that. That's great. And we can find information about your book and yourself at apc3.com, right?
Yes.
What does that stand for, APC?
It's Alibrando Psychological Consulting.
Okay.
I have to have for the profession, I have to have my name in the title, so I abbreviated it.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. So, what type of consulting work do you do with companies? I noticed you work with Coca-Cola and a few other companies.
Yeah, I do different things. One of the things I love doing these days is helping companies hire people. Mm-hmm. So I'll come in and do testing for the new people who are candidates for the work, and build a profile around what the ideal person is. I also do a lot of work with people who are they're grooming people to take a next step in a company, mm-hmm. and or they're really talented, but they're causing all kind of troubles relationally. And so I'll go in and try to help them figure out how they can relate better to other people so they'll be more successful.
Okay.
And then I love working with teams as well. So more and more companies are working in teams, mm-hmm. and helping them work together more efficiently and not react to each other, but work together is the other thing I like to do.
Great. Yeah. Great. So what's coming up in the future for you? Any plans to write a second book?
I already started writing a second book.
Oh wow! It's on already.
I'm doing something just on the model itself, what I call the interpersonal triangle, without the Wizard of Oz part of it. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing a lot more work with divorces lately, doing divorce mediation, which is Instead of people going through a litigious divorce, we're putting teams together to help them go through what they call a collaborative divorce. So I've been doing that a lot lately as well.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. I'm sure that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
So, guys, once again, find out all information about Dr. Sam Alibrando. His book is Follow the Yellow Brick Road, How to Change for the Better When Life Gives You Its Worst. You can find information about that at apc3.com. That's Apple, Paul, Charlie. And coming up, we are going to be having an actor, a producer, and a director from I Will Love This series. So we'll be back on La La Land right here on CRN Digital Talk.